Hello there. I just had a shower, looking spiffy, ready for the next. Look, Astro Boy. Look, Astro Boy, Astro Boy. Exact. Astro Boy, Astro Boy. Anyway, he's in there somewhere amongst all the puffiness. Look at my skin; it's so puffy. Yeah, I was just watching the footy, as you can see. Just switch that on, and yeah, the old Demons are going pretty well against the Lions. They're just keeping up. So a bit tired. Oh, I'm buggered. Oh, my eyes. You can see a bit buggered. Funny, aren't we? Blood corpuscles on God's earth. I was just thinking about this superpower idea that something I inherited over the years. It's sort of a potential I was born with and sort of blossomed spiritually, not physically. So it's sort of hidden away there somewhere in the world. And you might think, why would someone want to marry someone for a superpower? It's like I'm just happy being human and living and dying, and if that's it, that's it. Or if I get reborn, or if I go to heaven, we're happy with that. But there are three options. Either live and die, and that's the end. Live and die, and you're reborn into another life, or you live and die and you go to heaven. There are three options. There's one that's not an option, really. I suppose might happen to people who might die, be a bad person, and go to hell or whatever. But I don't know. I don't think about that anymore. But then there's the fourth option, which is like marrying a superpower, and you can sort of live immortal. So you sort of don't die from lifetime to lifetime. You just transition. So you see it sort of happen. You might think that's impossible, that we're living in the same world, but I think I think the reason you might want to marry a superpower is because the world is the universe is actually expanding, sort of in different areas. It's sort of it grows and changes over. Like we started out just the Earth was just once a massive gas, and it's turned into this world. And we as human beings, we keep up slowly, but there's always people amongst us that are like catalysts for change, and to keep up with that world that's changing. And I'm not separate from that. I'm part of it. I'm part of the world. I'm an important part of the world, and offer my love freely, and I'm not absent from the world. I'm not an alien. I'm not a they might call Superman an alien or something, but that's just some kind of propaganda to really make that change more difficult than it needs to be. But I see nothing wrong with marrying a superpower to actually move on. And a lot of the dreams we have, actually, like some of the new dreams that people are experiencing online, like I've noticed in a lot of the old shooter games and stuff like that, respawning and dying and coming straight back to life and that kind of thing. I mean, that could be a possibility, and that's stuff we're dreaming about now. And how is that going to become possible without marrying the superpower? You can't do it as a human being. You just fall and die, and your ghost goes back to the spirit world. So you lose your body. So your ghost isn't strong enough to respawn your physical body. Whereas a superpower could be, given the right conditions, really. I mean, it has to have some need to actually do that. And as it is, there's no real need at the moment. But I mean, if people want to live those dreams, and even say watching footy, if people want to fly higher or be able to achieve more, there's going to come a time when you're going to have to marry that superpower, or you're just going to get absorbed. It's just going to consume you. So I don't know. I don't know why it's such a hard concept to sort of grasp, or whether it's just not on people's mind. That's not part of their everyday life. There's something on my mind all the time, just thinking about the world and how I think eventually we're meant to become independent from Earth and be able to fly into space and travel from planet to planet if we need to. And I see some of these comic books people dream up, and these characters fly off in, space rocket motorcycles and stuff, just out in the atmosphere. And I think you should be able to do that eventually, be strong enough to withstand that emptiness of space and be more resilient. Because, I mean, that's what we've become as human beings from where we've been, being little bugs and moths and whatever we were originally. Excuse me, to come to this point where we can, fight and knock each other over and, get up basically unscathed and kick footies around. We'd probably start off more of a jellyfish type thing and end up human being. You think from a jellyfish to a human being, what's the next thing? I just see Superman in the linear sort of progression of life. It's to not want to be that is just denying evolution, denying life, and denying God, and denying the divine right of every human being to want to move on and evolve. And you can't just rely on technology for that, or you get consumed by technology then. I'm sure everyone sort of finds their own God in a way, but to actually inherit that superpower, I think, is a marriage. A lot of people will fight for God, their God rights or their God powers, and probably find some of them. But I just think the superpower is a bit out of reach for them. Anyway, they're probably arguing, kick and fight and fuss and die and everything, and eventually realise all they need to do is marry me. It's just what they have to do. But yeah, it's just the one condition, isn't it? Love. It's unconditional love. Really, that's the condition, is love. So it's that's the only condition, to love someone, to trust them enough to entrust them with that power. Because you don't want it abused or used against you. Or I'm sure there'll be people out there who hear that and want to use technology against you because you feel superpower's a threat. But it's like hating your own father. It's like hating your own dad because he can lift the axe and you can't yet. It's like hate your dad, you can lift the axe, so I'm going to hit you with a hammer or something. It's just a bit ridiculous. But anyway, that's just the way I see it. I'm probably ultimately everyone's father in a way. I mean, I'm sure we evolved past that to the point where I can have a partner and find love. And I think it sort of comes from another side of the universe, my love, and my partner. My partner comes from the other side of existence, and I come from one side, and sort of meet up in the middle or something. I'm not sure how that sort of works. It's sort of a mystery to each other, so you can learn about each other and evolve and develop until you're sort of one. You have your own personality, but you're connected by that superpower you're sort of bonded with. But women probably think they've got their own superpower, but I don't know. I don't think they've been through the changes I've been through. The things I remember I had to do to get that power initially was quite phenomenal. Some of the stuff I had to do, like I was Achilles at one point, doing all that sort of stuff. Organising massive armies and all that sort of thing. And probably look at me now and think, oh, you weren't Achilles, but you're the person you are at the time to sort of achieve what you have to achieve. Mine this time was defeating mental health, so, and probably understanding enlightenment, which I got through. So I was geared up for that, I suppose. I mean, that's my challenge. I would have liked to have a wife through it all, would have helped to make it more pleasant, but couldn't find anyone suitable, so I wanted to go on that journey. So there's always a chance I might meet someone, and they won't have gone through that. Oh, excuse me. They won't have gone through that journey, but so they won't have sort of I've had all that enrichment of all that experience. But I'm sure after a time we can, sort of talk about stuff, and you learn about each other, and that was part of my life. And anyway, So that's some of the reasons behind a superpower, why you want to marry someone. And I think it's learning to fly, so it's less, taxing on the earth. We build all this stuff to make our lives easier because we can't fly, but or we can't move very fast. But I think superpower gives you these abilities to do more than what we're doing, so you can actually do more with your body rather than having to build so much technology, so many cars, so many houses, so many all these different things. Instead of having all these houses in one spot, you could just fly, across the country and stay in a little shack in the middle of nowhere, and it wouldn't matter being all built up in the high rise. You could just zip over it and go to your work or wherever you're going. So if you need work, I don't know, work would be pretty easy with all those powers, I suppose. So yeah, of course you don't want to be isolated, the only one like that, and be the object of ridicule or fear or things like that. You want other people to experience those sort of the same understanding. That's what it is, marrying someone, to understand what they're talking about, so you can feel that what you can feel. So anyway, just my 2 cents on the whole thing. I might not look like Superman on the flesh because I haven't been loved, but I still give out my love every day, everywhere I go, to everyone I meet, and everything out there is my love is out there. So just needs to be returned and to be married, and I'm sure I look a lot better with a bit of love, but and a shave. Some days I look really nice. Just today I feel a bit tired, but anyway, just my 2 cents on the whole thing. I probably need a good run, a bit of exercise. But people have funny ideas about superpower because they think of it like Superman from Krypton, but so that world's already created. The superpower world is already created, whereas this one hasn't been created yet. We're still living on a Earth which isn't Krypton, or isn't whatever the superpowered. So you'd have to actually live on a planet a long time to terraform it. So it's powerful like that. And Superman, of course, would fly around his planet. But on Earth he'd stand out as a bit unusual. With he'd look strange having all these unique powers. But yeah. Anyway, my 2 cents. I'll see you later. From Krypton. From Earth. Evan from Earth. Evan on Earth. See you later.